The IRS is very favorable to small business owners. So they allow us to put money into retirement plans. They give us deductions. So I put money into Roth IRAs, Roth 401ks, traditional 401ks that have access to liquidity. A traditional 401k through a company you can borrow against in case something were to happen that you need the assets. For a Roth IRA, I can pull the principal out. But then what I did on the side was I put money into high yield savings accounts for my cash. I put money into brokerage accounts and just traditional investments, not tying everything up into my retirement. So I created this structure that in case something were to happen to me, I would have enough money until I would retire, so then I could use my retirement accounts to then fund for the rest of my life. So I'm preparing at all times. One, if I get sick and I can't work, and that goes down to zero, I'm able to pull from the insurance. The second side is, if I got sick, I can pull from my life insurance. The third side would be having enough money in my traditional accounts to make sure I have enough until my retirement. Once I get to my retirement, I can pull money off of my 401ks and the growth of my Roth IRAs. I can also use the cash value of my life insurance to help fund my retirement. So I created this diversified tool. What most people do, and the big mistakes that I see, is that people immediately go above their limits and go above their actual lifestyle to afford something that they can't afford. They're not prepared in case something were to go wrong. They're only prepared on the off chance that everything were to go right. They buy homes that they can't afford. They go out to dinners that they can't afford, and they start putting money into places that not necessarily work for them. How I thought was, let me hedge all the risk and then put money into a home that is more expensive than my actual budget. But I view my lifestyle as I need to make sure I'm funding my retirement every year. I need to make sure I'm funding my kids' college every year. I'm making sure my wife is protected and that she has enough money for her retirement. And I need to make sure that my kids have the values and goals that they'll be able to get to a point that they're independent and live on their own. I view charity as something that is a part of what I need to fund, so I make sure to have money for charities. First, I do those. I build the foundation. I build the surroundings of my actual wealth, and then I start spending on more. If I don't solve those needs, then I don't go out and spend money on luxury items. And even though my income says I could, and what people would think is traditionally I say I could, what I do is I put money, I make sure it's all lumped into all my goals that I set up for myself, and then I put money into luxury, and then I put money into spending and into having fun and to doing all those other things. First is be responsible and protect yourself. The second is go out and enjoy your life. And you can easily do that if you set yourself up with structured ways to put money away. If I set for myself deep goals of where I wanted to be and what I needed to be to get to the lifestyle that I never have to stress about money like my family did. And I kept working on it and kept working on it. So every single year I'm setting goals to put money into it, and I have a reason to work. I have a reason to push myself to grow economically. It's not just for the money, but it's also to attain my goals and to stay motivated every single day. That's what I do, and those are ways that I build my financial future. And a couple years ago, I fully funded my retirement. A couple years ago, I fully funded my kids' college savings. I fully funded my wife's retirement. So I'm able to now put more money and to put more goals. Because I did those and I accomplished those goals, I then bought a bigger home. I then traveled more with my wife. We went on more luxury vacations, and we did it very vice versa to what the American mentality is, which is spend, and you'll put money into your 401k at the end of the year if you have extra money, and you'll figure it out later. I wanted to figure it out early, and that was the way that I planned and the way that I structured my own finances.